the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. Ready, go?
It like completely diffuses whatever dark move they were going for. Those people, they were all killed. Da 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 da.
Straight home now.
Oh, I can't open it. I'm stuck in combat. Oh, they gave up. What? Oh, they came back. What the heck? What? You trolls. What are you doing? Ugh.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Those guys did not want to let me open that gate.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
The bandits?
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Guess we're killing bandits today.
Or not.
Alright. No damage taken.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that.
You've seen someone else
And
fight
he's
like
long
that?
Dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Wait, that's the guard that saved Joshua. We've been killing our own men.
Lord, I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
We're not gonna talk about the 6 dudes I just murdered.
So wait.
We can speak inside.
I'd like to see the other guys get up and be like, oh man, we're so sore. Oh, but alive. But, okay, yeah, I saw them moving. Okay, so it's basically saying I just beat the crap out of them. Alright. Dude, I just flung lightning, fire, and Garuda, and he's like, I've seen one man fight like that. And I'm like, who?
The Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. and we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye.
Thunk.
The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
So she has a third kid?
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to
It's funny
this
because we
madness.
dared call ourselves a shield and we never protected Joshua from
We must.
anything.
So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
And let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Not dead.
First, let's rob them blind.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Wow, an upgrade.
As you wish,
Haven't
my
seen one
lord.
in a long time
It has been
for that slot. I did not mean to open that.
an honor.
We'll show them as much mercy as they did our sister.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
He's like, you lovable idiot.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Alright. Where to? Party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Make for Buick Bridge.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Run like the wind.
Since they burned their first village. Da 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 da. Can I run over people?
Look at me sideways.
Oh, they don't care. There's been some other games we've played that when you bump into people with your full speed horse, they just get sent staggering away.
On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields?
Buddy, you're the third
Then
squad
come.
I've killed today.
Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Oh, one lived. Oh no, he's dead.
Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, I forgot to use Ifrit. I could have done that too. Oh no, it's a dragoon!
Stand,
It's a vindicator!
albeit a misguided.
He's gonna be a bouncy boy.
In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Oh, I didn't mean to do this. Oh well. I love the last frame is me just kicking some guy so hard and it's like, you win. It's over. Thunk.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings.
Oh,
For the
Lord.
time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Quest complete. Juggled a bunch of guys with the icon of Bouncy Castle. They can never take our freedom. Yeah, next fight we're gonna have blue paint on our cheeks. How does the guy have the name Night of the Lasting Dark and not realize he's the baddie?
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I'll put it on my merit badge sash, right under the other 3 marks I've got.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again.
You guys ever seen the movie The Mummy? There's that scene where the little Weasley guy is about to get killed by the mummy, and he pulls out a cross, and he's like, "Oh, protect me, Jesus," and it doesn't work. And then he pulls out, he's got like 40 more necklaces for different religions, and he starts going through all of them until one of them works. Like, that's gonna be us with these seals. We're gonna be like, you know, like, "Hey, can you give us information?" They're like, "No, F you." And we're like, "Oh, how about now? No? Okay, how about now? Oh, now? Yeah, for, what was it? For Rosaria, yeah." Like, that's gonna be us by the end of this.
Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know.
Nothing worked in the Mummy. Well, yeah, I was giving a TLDR. He kept pulling them out and saying different things until he pulled out the Star of David, and he said something in Jewish, and the Mummy recognized it as the language of the slaves, and then started making the guy do tasks for him. Yeah.
Go on now, my lord.
Which one? I believe it was the Star of... Yeah, it was the Star of David. It was the symbol for Judaism.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
There's a big cat in the background.
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago.
Show him the fire. Just pull out a flame.
And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Wait, is this like something he played with his uncle as a child?
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer.
He's role-playing?
Crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Dude, is he LARPing right now? Just do a flame. This wasn't necessary.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Oh, he's crying.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh.
Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
Oh.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Rat says sent you a DM. Nothing important right now. I want to make sure you get it. On where? On Discord? Okay. Yeah, I see the notification. Yeah, I'll read it after stream if that's okay. Any flame bearer can mimic a flame. Oh shoot, that's true. I wonder if there's any way he could have... yeah, okay, maybe he did choose the best path. I was thinking in my head at that moment, I forgot that, like, you know, some bearers can do flames.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Get out the good china, we have guests. The china comes in, it's got, like, cartoons on it.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
Maybe we inherited a
Better
freak
or
from her.
worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Joshua.
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
I'm just sitting here like, wait, how often is he even asked to lie?
What I believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first?
Pillage?
Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
My cutlass? Oh no.
This will be fun.
Alfred, is there gas in the car? Oh my gosh. Bring the good baseball bat. I'll be hitting mailboxes. Dude is overjoyed. Yeah.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
She's like, I've been following you 5 years. You still haven't held hands with me.
Monsters.
Oh, no, not that.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And
Nomer, you need to be careful. You're triggering Twitch alarms right now. Like, Nomer typed "kill the black shields" in the chat, and Twitch just fixated on "kill black." And yeah, you're not in any trouble with me, buddy. But the platform doesn't like that.
before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all.
Who was that? Nini Tenebrae. Thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Appreciate the continued support.
I had become a monster.
Dark Shields? We can call him that.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster. Clive, do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
Finally, hand-holding.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive.
Smooch.
I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep.
Ah, you idiot.
The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Even the dog's like, oh, you dummy. No smooches? That's okay. We saw some hand-holding, which is the peak of degeneracy. Can I save at this screen? I can't. Oh my god, guys, I need to save the game! I need to save it at the next available opportunity. But they just... Okay, good. It didn't immediately go into a cutscene. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Okay. System, save, create save. There we go. Alright. Oh, look, there's a symbol. I didn't even notice this earlier. There's a symbol for each one of the icons we've got. There's a lot of room there. And then there's our sprites. Alright. Okay, chat, with that, we're out of time. We will pick it up from here next time.